peacefully and was happy with it. Every fucking time I try to write lyrics and shit, I always get fucking pissed off. Macaroni. Dude, I swear to God, if my dog does not come out from underneath my bed, because I was just hearing scratching underneath of it. Macaroni, where are you? Macaroni. Macaroni.
You can already see we have our nice little grapevines here. We've shown it in videos before how you place them with our new build mode. These grapes, we have grapes and olives. Both of them are new in Farming Simulator 22.
We'll show more new equipment a little bit later during that presentation, because there's more to grapes than only harvesting them, of course.
That's true.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later. For now, we start harvesting. And yeah, you already said it. You place these grapes via the terrain builder.
Yeah, the build mode.
Yeah, the build mode. It's pretty much the same as you would place a fence, basically. Same system. You put them there, and then the grapes start growing. And then at one point, you use this lovely machine to make sure you have your grapes nice and dandy.
Yeah, and as you can already see, something that's like a little bit tricky, because it's a new feature, so of course it's going to take a little while to get used to as well. These grapevines, they have their own collision. So what you need to be wary of while harvesting them is to properly align the machinery with it. As you can see here, I'm already
this is
having
super hard to
problems
do in
with it.
first-person mode, of course.
Yeah,
but there
because
we
it's
go.
like a little bit of an offset in there. But yeah, basically they have their own collision, so you have to navigate it properly along these vines to get your grapes in the end. As you can see here, we already have the effects in play. The small little grapes going down onto the conveyor belts, and the small little cut pieces of leaves and other things in the back. So and once we finish this row, I can also show you another piece. A new piece of equipment that we have. So already parked over here, you see one of our new trailers, which is needed for grapes, because grapes are not like grain, you know, you can't just put them into any kind of trailer. They are like very delicate.
Yeah, you have to be a little more careful with them.
Exactly. Otherwise you get
you already produced
jam.
grape juice even before you started
before you started producing it. So we're going to go over here and then start overloading our grapes into the trailer.
Yes, and that is a very special trailer. We're going to show a nice little trick with it in a minute.
Yep, you can also see it's one of the new Fuhrmann trailers that we have in the game, just specifically for grapes.
Yeah, and with it is a very old Steyr, the 8150. That one, you can tell it's not one of the modern tractors.
Yeah, it doesn't have the round aerodynamic kind of design. It's just this classical, almost block-like in the design. I really like those.
That's how it used to be. And now we're going to show you this nice little trick with the trailer, because you can close it.
Yeah, we can just basically close it now since we're full. And you can like place it anywhere on the field. So if your harvester's on the other side, you can also open it
to the other side.
On the other side. So it's pretty flexible and that way if you want to like open it on the left side or on the right side, as you can see here. Oh, look at these NPC car.
Yeah,
the
you can
traffic
tell
just
traffic has
darting
been-
along.
Traffic has been fastened up by a lot. They are faster now.
Yeah, they basically can tell better, like the collision detection works a bit better, so they will see if you're coming, slow down, and since it's better, we can also have them drive a bit faster as well.
And that was requested a lot by you guys out there, so it's a good thing that
Exactly.
this happens.
So as you can hopefully hear now, I will start driving, and you see it's kind of like an older tractor. It has some weight that it needs to pull. We're going to take this little side road here leading up, and you can already see and also hear our gear shifting system that comes into play.
Yeah, and we do have a gearbox system in play. We spoke about that before. Manual gear shifting is possible. Oh, look at that.
Look at that. There's like a small little... Oh, a few of them are actually running around. So we have... These are currently still very work in progress, and we're looking to implement them for the final release. But yeah, a little bit of more wildlife coming into the game here.
Very nice. Yeah, we should mention that everything, of course, is work in progress.
Yeah.
This is an in development version of the game. A lot of things have been disabled as well for Gamescom.
That's true,
because we're gonna have a couple of YouTubers and everything in here.
They're gonna use the
checking out.
same build
They
that you
use
see
that build,
right now.
exactly. So it is a very specific build made for Gamescom. So not everything you see will be like this in the finished product, right?
That's true.
So about the sound, you're in the cabin now, so you guys should.
It's also different, like compared to outside.
You should be able to hear that the sound has changed a lot. I'm gonna shut down for a second to give you a tiny idea of how it sounds now. So we made a lot of adjustments when it comes to sound.
That's true. There's a lot of like fine little minute details that went into like the sound design of FS22. I
And
think we're pretty proud of what we can show off so far.
Absolutely, absolutely. It sounds amazing, and I think it looks amazing as well. We're gonna show you guys a little bit more about, especially about the parallax occlusion mapping.
Yeah.
Later on. There might not be the best chance now because, there is a building, but there are way more interesting buildings when it comes to parallax occlusion.
Yeah, that's true.
But you can also decide to use the production chains like we do right now, and, for example, produce grape juice. That's what we are going to do now.
Yeah, so let me open up this production point here. So here you can see at this particular factory, the grape processing unit, we have the ability to either produce raisins or grapes. We already have some, as you can see on the right side, some storage. So there's already lots of grapes stored in there, and we just brought in a few more. So what we can do now is basically activate it. And you can see on the lower right now that stuff is happening. It's slowly starting to produce these like pallets of grape juice. The liter counter is going up. So let me actually just fast forward a bit, so we don't have to wait a whole day for a pallet to finish.
And that's something we changed as well, right? Is the information window on the lower right side.
Yeah.
It's way more precise than
It's
it
very
used to be.
context dependent as well. Like if you're looking, like I'm doing it now, at a production point, it gives you all of the information you need there. If you're looking at a vehicle, oh, there we go.
There we go.
If you're looking at a vehicle, you get all of the information there as well. And if you're looking at a field, for example, you can always see like what's the current growth stage, how is it fertilized, how is the like who does it belong to, these kind of things.
So way more in depth than it used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
In previous games.
So
The Jung Heinrich Stegner.
Yes, we have a new vehicle here as well with a new brand. Now you need to know I am not the best loader of them all. I'm very bad at this, and I have the utmost respect of people who do this even with a controller.
Yeah, well, that was good though. I've seen worse doing more test runs.
Yeah, that's true, but I can't get it right. Every time there's something that's in the way. All right, so here we go. Let's load our pallet.
My job is to make college easier because students have a lot on their
Just got done with my picnic overlooking KST, so with this bad boy, we can take it anywhere. And I chose to have my picnic overlooking town here, and I think Garrett, CJ, and Ian are at the off-road terrain park, and we're gonna test this bad boy out. So let's get heading down there now. Here we go. Coming in. Watch out. Coming down the road. Look at that. Look at that flex right there. But I'll show you guys the trucks more. Yeah, they're already pulling in here. So hopefully it's not too busy and we can do some crazy off-roading. Here we go. There's Garrett. They're already waiting for me. I can barely see him over my hood. Good morning, Garrett. Good to see you.
What's going on, everybody? DJ Goham here. Welcome back to the channel. This year's FarmCon is over. At least the production portion is. This year, we've learned so much about Farming Simulator 22 during day 1, 2, and 3 on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And in this video today, we're going to talk about the top features and biggest changes overall that you need to know that are going to affect your gameplay and get you excited to play Farming Simulator 22. There are also lots of questions that you guys had as well, and I'm going to go over the top questions today in this video. So let's get started. First, let's talk about features, and we can't talk about features without starting with seasons. At Farming Simulator 22, it is referred to as seasonal cycle to make your farm stand out from the rest. The fences are now drawn rather than placed and will follow any terrain, any angle, at any length. It's truly remarkable, and you can even delete certain sections of the fence that you don't want there, whether that be in the middle or at the very ends. That's going to make modifying the area nice and easy. Modders will also be able to utilize the placeable system and the build mode to create their own placeables that combine features, like a cow pen and a vehicle service area, for example. I don't believe that this was a feature to modders in Farming Simulator 19 because I can't think of anything else like that. I've also conferred with 82 Studio, and he seems to be thinking the same as I am. This is a game changer for modders. This build mode is basically a brand new interface. New menus, tabs, and submenus like in buildings. This is going to have sheds, silos, silo extensions, containers, and tools just in the buildings menu. There's 5 menus total. You have build mode with buildings, productions, animals, decorations, and landscaping. Tons of stuff in there. Decorations are going to have fences, lights, and other in it. And landscaping is going to have sculpting, painting, trees, and plants. And yes, there's going to be actual paintable grass in Farm Sim 22 as well. It's not just the shortest grass, like, a couple inches tall, that you cannot mow. Though, you can paint that too if you wish. This is actually going to allow you to paint full-grown grass. The BGAs are going to be branded now too, just like a lot of the placeables. These are real things from real-life companies, and we get to use them in the game. It's going to be really neat. There's also going to be new ways to make money too, with beehives, generators, and solar panels all being part of the base game to help you get over that hump of not having enough money. When you are in the build mode, the player is still going to be on the map too. So when you see yourself in build mode, you're actually going to be seeing yourself in the third person instead of just disappearing like you do now when you're going into the menus. This is going to be totally different from anything that we've seen before. And the last big feature coming with Farming Simulator 22 are the factories, aka production chains. As you know, these are a way to maximize your profit other than just selling to a sell point in Farming Simulator 22. You could take full advantage of these if you want, as long as you own them, or you could bypass them altogether. If you choose to utilize the production chains, you are in for a treat. They're also going to cost you per minute of use, keep that in mind. You could change the output from storing to selling and distributing. This way, if you have a factory, you can hold your goods, you can sell them, or you can have them move it automatically to the next stage. You can even make things like cake, which are going to require flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, and strawberries. All of these products can be taken from other production factories or greenhouses which you own. In multiplayer, each farm can have their own production or use the other ones on the map and everyone can chip in. However, someone has to own the final product because that's who sells it. It's a really neat process. So that's it for the top features. Let's talk about some of the other smaller features that are going to impact players' gameplay in a big way, because we've got some really cool stuff coming with Farm Sim 22. The first is gearboxes. That is right. There will be automatic and manual gear shifting for Farm Sim 22 for those of you that want to use a gearbox. If you go for manual shifting, there will be different gears and groups, just like the machine would have in real life. Manual transmissions will not be available on all machines, only the ones that it's available for in real life. You won't be able to do a transmission swap or anything like that. This is not Forza. It was mentioned that this is not easy to do, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's going to be pretty simple for a lot of people, I'm sure. They're also working to get this feature to work on shifters, like Logitech and Thrustmaster shifters that come with a lot of these steering wheels that you guys are already using for Farm Sim 19 right now.